Howdy punters, and welcome to the final round of Wheel to Wheel for Season 8 in wonderful Belgium. Such a scenic place it is here at the Spa track. With us tonight on comms, we've got Fixer Chris. Buddy, how are you?
I am bloody brilliant. What a track to end off the season. And a beautiful combination of Group 3 at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely, it is going to be spectacular. One of the things about this track, while these drivers are battling each other, they're also battling this track, so it can be good to you, it can be bad to you. And to help us witness it on visuals tonight, we got Herbs. Buddy, how's things?
Thanks, Dodgy. Yeah, good. Glad to be here. Love this track, and this is my favourite racing league, so I'm looking forward to it all.
Yes, it is, and as usual, it's not a night of wheel to wheel without a glitch or two. We did just have a room glitch, and half the drivers had to leave and come back, so they are on their way back. Chris, how do you think this night's going to go? Who are we looking at?
So far I've been racing with Adam in the practice lobbies, but I don't know what to expect from the likes of Apex and Pure Axel. So I'm looking for a surprise.
Looking for a surprise? I think a surprise might come in the form of a lower car. I'm loving the look of the Ferrari around here. It is, keeping to it. It's struggling a little, but I think with a bit of a nice tow up the Camel Straight, that Ferrari might be in with a show tonight. So I've got my fingers crossed for Dale out there. What car do you think is going to be the biggest show here tonight?
So looking at the lobby, I think everyone's favoring the Jags, but I hope Dale can ace it with the Ferrari 458. Mid-engine car seems to be the go-to, especially at Sector 2. I think that's where mid-engine cars gain a lot of time.
Yep, Sector 2. I know those Jags are absolutely going to trumpet up that straight up that hill. As long as you get a ruse right at the start and don't totally lose it at Radeon, you should be fine all the way through. What else we got in there? I think we've got a few Astons in there tonight. Tombo and
Ando, the Shake and Bake
yep.
boys, team's champions, if I may add.
Yes, they are. And if we had the leaderboard, you would see that I think they're pretty much unbeatable up there at the pointy end, Shake and Bake. So I don't want to get too preemptive, but I think, boys, well done, great season. We'll just see how tonight ends. I think we've got a few Lexus in here as well. I know KZ's in a Lexus.
Yes, yep. The Lexus Giulia Quadrifoglio.
Oh, see, now you're just getting too technical. You're just showing off. Okay, and of course we can't leave out the man on a mission, Captain Lowside, trying to take the poor little Hyundai Genesis up against all the big boys, and you know what? I think he's going to do an awesome job of it, and at the end I think you'll find that Hyundai in a position hopefully up near the pointy end.
I hope I see something out of that Hyundai as well. Don't count out the Viper too. Oily driving that thing.
Yeah, Oily's come back. He's. I'd hate to say Oily's been hot and cold, but because he hasn't. But he's just the silent achiever. He was in. I think he was running 5th in Div 1. If I can go over and have a look, I'll tell you. He's now 6th in Div 1. So that is no mean feat for Oil to be up there. I am so impressed with the way he's gone this season. He's just managed to do it under the radar is all.
Oh, and this just occurred to me. The main car to look out is Pure Axel with the Mitsubishi Evo.
Yeah, that Evo, he tries to put that Evo places where you wouldn't think a normal car could go. And I would say a lot of the time he manages to make it stick and make it work. Sometimes he doesn't quite get there, but Pure Axel can be a master of getting those underpowered cars around a track, so keep an eye on him tonight too.
Yeah, qualifying, he did a 2:14.8 in an Evo. That's not an easy task.
Yeah, absolutely. I think qualifying, they were using a lot of slip and a lot of games in qualifying. Looks like we're almost set to go here. We're taking off in about 4 seconds.
Yep, so we're just gonna test out the the lobby, make sure there are no
test
glitches.
run?
Yep.
No worries. Well, maybe you can jump on. Herbs, pick someone to.
Yeah, alright, I'll jump
Yeah,
into
pick someone
5th.
to go on board.
Yeah, let's jump on with Dale.
Sure. Hopefully we have lights. Oh, I think this is... just give me a sec. Are we going...
I think we've lost
Oh,
Dodgy.
never mind, folks. This is still... Yeah, I think we lost Dodgy. We'll give him time to join back. Meanwhile, the drivers are off just to test out the lobby.
Dale's got a good start, going up 2 positions straight away.
Yeah, straight away.
Oh,
Now
someone's run
behind
out. I think
DJ
it's
and
the Hyundai.
Apex. If I can go back to the grid, yeah, Captain spun out. Meanwhile, everyone's just arriving at the Camel Straight. Apex currently leading the field. It's Jaguar 1-2 right now. Dale with a 1 second penalty. Maybe he ran wide at the top of Radion. Easy to do.
Nowhere for him to burn the penalty
Tombo
right
also
now.
with a penalty. Yeah, it's a test race, so they don't need to worry about that. Meanwhile, Apex coming up towards Puhon. Keep it nice. Definitely do not want to dip a wheel to the AstroTurf, otherwise you're just going to run really wide. So Herb, so who are you on board with?
Just going through the field at the moment. He's back at Tombo right now. He's picked himself up a penalty. Ando and Oil in 8th and 9th. Followed by Zoo. And Captain Lowside. And Squids at the back. See if I can jump back to replay to the start and see what happened with Captain. So he's come around. Yeah, he's come around the first corner. He's run wide on. Yeah, it looks like he's just lost grip on the AstroTurf. Unfortunate start. Jumping back to the race.
As everyone apart from Squid decided to pit just to test the pit stop.
Oh, and Squid's
Just to make
Squid's
sure
come
there are no
off.
glitches and we're good to go.
Squid's,
I think he's just gonna muck around.
yeah.
Alright, as we see drivers coming out of the pits, and I don't think we're seeing any issues. Meaning that we should be good to go. I'll just try to get
someone's-
Dodgy back to the commentary box.
Something's going on mid-pack. Okay,
Is it racing action?
Yeah.
Oh, there's more action. Tombo up on the inside of Oily. Zoo is just taking it easy. I think he's on auto drive. And Squid's
Might be typing
just
something.
putting us a show. KZ also maybe putting a show. Doing some skits.
Squid just drifted into the wall.
Yeah, we're trying to get Dodgy back to the commentary box. Okay, he's trying to come back, so he should be back on soon. Just bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. It's just the usual night in wheel to wheel.
Do you want to take us through the
You're saying
through the order? Take us from number 1 through the field.
Yep. Yeah, for
As
this
they come
test
around
race,
to the
Apex
start.
Humper just taking the win. Oh, Adam in second because DJ decided to spin through the finish line. KZ finishing 4th with Pure Axel 5th. And they're just coming in at P6. Tombo P7. Oily with a 2.5 second penalty. I do not know where he got that penalty. Is he still on for 8th? Yes, he is. And Zuzu rounding up the field. So there's the test race, and I don't think we have any issues, which means we're good to go.
Yep. Yep, no glitches. It looks good to me too. Hey, Dodgy.
And we have Dodgy back in the commentary box.
Hell of a time to lose internet. Unfortunately, happens whenever it rains up here.
Luckily, it's just a
Well,
test race.
the good thing is you're back. Yeah. Lucky it's just a test race. Could be worse.
Let me just get in here. Okay, who won the test race?
Apex.
Apex. Well, that's a good sign of what's to come, no doubt, with Apex and the boys. Now we're at Spa. Spa has almost 100 metres of elevation. It's about 97. That's still nowhere near our Mount Panorama, so at least we've still got something over those guys in Belgium, even if Spa is a really famous track. Seven kilometres long as well, so 7 kilometres around here with about 19 turns, some of them with no names, some called no name. So it's going to be a very interesting night.
Yep, 7.004 to be exact from F1 statistics.
Yep. Okay, not on track yet, almost close, no more glitches.
Yep. If lights fail, restart. Yep. We're good during the test race, so we should be on for a race start.
Awesome. And I think I might have been in the middle of saying something about leaderboards before, but...
yeah, please continue.
Yeah, the leaderboards, especially for Div 2, you've got Ando and Dale in there, and those guys only have like 40 points between them, something like that, so...
Approximately, yes. 43 points, I think.
Yep, so when it comes to those guys racing tonight, it'll go very close to whoever comes in front out of those two will win that division. So it's going to be a close one to keep an eye on there tonight.
Yep, and in Div 1, have you mentioned Div 1?
No, go for it.
Yes, Div 1. It's looking like a 3-way battle between Apex Humper, Adam V10, and Pure Axel. So this round really is a winner-take-all.
It is very much so. I'm a bit sad to see my team owner and fellow compatriot Captain Lowside is just out of the running there. Unfortunately, it would take a monumental effort to beat those guys tonight, that's for sure. But hey, 4th is nothing to be scoffed at either. So great job for the season on that, Captain.
Yep. Any battles? So there's still a battle between Oily and KZ for 5th.
Yep, there's not much between them at all, and as you go down, they're all fairly evenly spaced after that. There's nothing too close together in Div 1. Tombo being down in 4th in Div 2. And has Showman turned up? Do we know if Showman's here?
Showman's not here.
He's not here, so there's a very good... Tombo's only 100 and what are we looking at? About 160 points behind Showman, so that could mean a spot up for Tombo tonight to get on the podium of Div 2. It depends on his drop rounds, of course, but yeah, there's a definite potential for that there tonight.
Yep, if he keeps it together, that's guaranteed third place in the division for Tombo.
But we won't tell him that. We do not. What we don't want to see, we definitely can't have Shake and Bake win and then Ando and Tombo on the podium for Div 2. We would never hear the end of it.
All right, we are on for the final race of Wheel to Wheel Season 8. And I just noticed that the lobby says Season 9.
Bit preemptive. He's just getting in early.
Well, we'll pretend we didn't see that. Anyway, so who are we jumping on board with?
Let's go back
What
to
about
fifth, because
Dale
I
and
reckon
5 in
that's
the Ferrari?
yeah. Fifth, I think gets
Oh
a
yeah,
good
Dale
view.
had a stonking start in the tennis race. Starting second
See if he
gear,
can do it
lights
again.
out.
Yep, he's done it again.
He did again. He's done it again.
He's up there.
We're coming into turn 1.
And he's kept it clean on the inside. They're all really clean through there.
Everyone's clean, yes. As you expect from these top quality drivers.
Okay, and we've got Apex taking them down through Eau Rouge for the first time. Oh, too wide there from Adam and Pure by the look of it.
Will we see any track limit penalties? Because it is easy to run wide at radio.
Yeah, it looks like Cap just got one. I saw him pull to the right there, so yeah, he's burning one off the right now.
So far only Cap with the penalty. And the pack is settling in, single file so far.
It has gone to single file really quick. Cap's still making a move on the, was he on the inside coming through there? I could see in the background they were going to go too wide. So it
He's got his work cut out.
Yeah. Coming through Puon now, these guys just try not to put it on too much or they're out in the pebbles and way out wide. But these lot know what they're doing. It's good to see that KZ is up there with the alpha-looking Lexus in third at the moment. It's a great job from him.
Yeah, top job. Let's see in terms of tie-wise. Oh, but I think KZ's already burned his front tires more than Dale for a bit. Just a tiny bit though.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that from the look of it. Oh yeah, starting at about Ando, we've got in ninth. These guys seem to be the medium runners back there. So you've got Ando, Zoo, Captain, Squid. They're all on mediums, and then yeah, we're back. All the front runners are on soft. So it will be interesting to see what sort of struts these guys are pulling out to start with.
So what's the main strat for these guys?
Oh, look, I think they're going, most of them will be a 3-stop is my guess. You're going to have 2 stints, 3 stints of 10 and 1 of 9, I would assume most of them are going for.
Let's see how that pans out as we enter lap 2. Orders pretty much hasn't changed. Apex still leading the field.
I notice Apex has pulled out at 2:19, most just for an opening lap. That's from a standing start. Most guys think they're only going to be doing around 2:17, 2:18s. So if it's a 2:19 standing start, I reckon they might get lower than the 2:18s if they're lucky.
Oh yeah, and we're seeing some action brewing between Dale and Adam.
Absolutely. Dale's trying desperately not to lose the back end of KZ there, Kazadro. He wants that Lexus as close as he can get it.
Yeah, any slip that he can get, that will help him in the long run. Jumping on with Pure Axel, the standout car, in my opinion, for this race. He's currently sitting 6th. He's just in the slipstream range of Adam, the magic 3/4 of a second. I don't know what I'm saying.
It's okay, you'll get there.
Oh, Pure Axel, bit of a moment there.
He's got
They kept
Oily.
it together.
Oily coming up behind him in the background too, in the Viper, so it'll be interesting to see how the Viper catches up to him in the straights and whether Oily can keep up with him in the corners, because that little Mitsubishi is just going to go through those corners so fast, it's not funny compared to that Viper.
Yeah, the Mitsubishi Evo may lack straight line speed, but it makes it up around the corners. That thing's just an absolute beast.
Meanwhile, Adam in 5th is still quite content to sit behind Dale, who looks even more content to sit behind KZ. So I think these guys are quite happy to say, you know what, let's just spend 10 laps here and relax, and kick back, and get the first stint out of the way, and then worry about it after that.
Yeah, so with the split stream, you can also save a bit of fuel. You can mess around with the fuel mapping, and you're not going to lose a lot of time.
No, not at all. It was a bit dicey watching those guys come through radio then. It was, oh, we got a bit of a bump from Dale, yep.
No, they'll just be working together, I think.
I think that was just Dale who popped up purple then, wasn't it?
Yeah, Dale popped up purple.
Yeah.
If I can look at the timing sheets, yep. Or is it DJ? Anyway.
Might be now, but we've got Apex again. Look at that fastest lap. He has just punched out at 2:16.65.
Straight out the bat.
Yeah, he is not hanging around. He's already got a half second on DJ Stefko. Stefko in a car that resembles a Milo tin. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to go there. But yeah, Stefko's doing really well to keep up with Apex at the moment as well. He is getting
still within split stream. Yep.
Yep. He's probably used just a little bit more fuel and maybe even the tiniest bit more tyre. But he's doing a great job to keep up there.
Meanwhile, KZ's leading Dale and Adam. In terms of tyres, Dale and Adam, they're saving their tyres better than KZ's doing.
Yeah, that usually happens. The car in front, the Trailblazer tends to use up the fuel and tyres a bit more. You know, and the guys behind can sort of kick back and just, you know, say thank you very much. You go out there and do the lot. You get some good drivers that work well together, and every couple of laps they'll change positions. So I'm not sure whether these guys have made that deal or not. We'll just have to wait and see.
Oh, I just checked in with the Media Brothers. Captain is currently leading the pack of the Media Brothers, and they've dropped back to 11. So I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, we've lost a bit of Ando, and where's Tombo? Tombo is actually up in 8th, so, but he's on soft, so I think those guys have split their strategy between them, just to make sure that one ends up at the pointy end no matter what, I dare say. So that's interesting that they've separated their team strat. But you've got Zoo right on Captain's backside going up Camel at the moment. And Cap
Zoo just turned purple.
Yep, Cap seems to be usually using a bit more fuel than the others too. I just think he's going flat out for this one on his mediums. He's probably going for a 9-lap stint and just flogging that Hyundai.
Yeah, he's shifting almost all the way up the rev limiter, looking at the HUD. Meanwhile, Dale and Adam still practically bumper to bumper.
And poor old Squid seems to have dropped off the back too. He must have had an off there somewhere, because he's even almost 3 seconds behind Ando. So that's a bit of a bummer for Squid. I'm sure he's got plenty of time to catch up. He's got still about 35 laps to do it in. So
Still plenty of time. So, Doji, what's your experience with this track in other classes?
Look, I like this track. It's a flowing track. you do have a little more room for error on this track than some other tracks. And it's a great length too. So whether you're doing a sprint race on it or you're doing an enduro like tonight, it just feels like a great length of track for any sort of race you're going to do. So I don't have a problem with Spa. Some hate it. I don't mind it at all.
Some hate it. I wonder who they are.
Yeah, you'll hear it in the practice lobbies a lot of how much they hate Spa, and going off a Pouon is so common in practice because you're just trying to push it. And even doing Eau Rouge and Radion, that's just, well, you've always got penalties coming through there. So, but you tend to calm down a bit on race day, or some do anyway, and it seems to flow a lot better. So, I'm a fan.
Would you say this is your favorite track of the entire season?
Oh, you know what? I don't have any. I don't mind most of the tracks. There's I can tell you a track I hate. I can't tell you a track I like. So there's so many tracks in there I like. I wish I liked Bathurst more, but Bathurst is never kind to me, so I don't like it as much as I want to. And I really hate Catalunya, but
yes. I guess we're on the same page then. All right, jumping back into the race. Adam and Dale still bumper to bumper. Pure Axel, Oily, and Tombo, they're pretty much spread out, doing their own thing.
Yeah, it seems to be definitely Adam and Dale are sticking together. These guys, I don't think Adam wants to even try getting around Dale. And if I know Dale, he'll be quite happy to have Adam sit back there because he knows if Adam decides to pass him, he'll have someone to follow.
Oh, I almost thought KZ and Dale are going to go side by side through Blanchimont. That's a dangerous thing to do. They keep it together.
Geez, that Lexus takes that curve well.
Yeah, front-wheel drive cars, they tend to be more stable through the bus stop chicane if you take a lot of curve.
Yep.
And meanwhile, Apex has pulled a 2-second lead on DJ.
Wow. From half a second to 2 seconds in a lap and a half.
Yeah. The Apex is a man on a mission.
He's been very, very on song with his times too. Laps 2, 3 and 4 were all 2:16s. He's only just missed out on lap 5 by 8 100ths of being in the 16s again.
That might be the tire drop off, but that is consistent.
Yeah.
The way I see it.
Definitely.
And yeah, if you compare it to laps put in by Pure Axel, he hasn't put a 2:16 so far. I'll say mainly it's because of the Evo straight line speed. Let's see what he can do in the later stage of the race.
Yeah, well, you lead medium guys, or even if you take Zoo in the Jag on mediums, he's doing 18s are his quickest. Captain Lowside in the Hyundai, again, 18s are his quickest. So you've got a 2-second deficit there by the look of it between the softs and the mediums. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when Apex jumps on the mediums, whether he's still got that deficit or not.
And Squid, I think, is not having the best of times. He's dropping back. The gap now to the lead at 22 seconds.
Well, I can forgive Squid. I don't think he's had too much time to practice in the last week or two. Those of us in Wheel to Wheel will know that Squid has become the new Commander-in-Chief for Wheel to Wheel, and he has been working very hard to try and get everything up and running and going for the off-season and Season 9. Burning the midnight oil, so to speak. So I think we're lucky that he's turned up for the race today.
Yeah, congratulations to Squid. let's hope that he can lead this league to a whole new level.
Without a doubt, I'm sure he will. Okay. So tell me, Chris, this is the end of pretty much almost your first full season with Wheel to Wheel. What do you think of it so far? How you been going with it?
I've been loving the quality of racing in this league. I've had my moments. Some are good, some are bad. But in the end, I had fun, and that's all that matters to me.
Cool. Yep, that's what it's all about. If you're not having fun, then why do it? I just noticed Stefko looked like pulled out a purple sector there in Sector 1, so he's started to try and reel in Apex again.
Yep, the gap is still 2.5 seconds. Yeah, some highlights that I have include my very first race with Flossie and Scooter. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we've missed Scooter this last half of the season.
Yeah.
He hasn't been around. He knew he was. He went privateer because he didn't have the time this season and knew he was going to miss a few. He was mainly in the 86s, if I recall, and they were a great addition to this season. So I'll be sad to see the 86s go next season because they were so much fun. I had a ball in them. I actually loved Bathurst in them. But again, onwards and upwards, and time for something different for season 9.
Yeah, I didn't mind the 86. Some of my mates will probably disagree.
So we're creeping.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're right. Go for it.
Nah, it's probably because my mates think, oh wait, you're driving an 86? Why? But no, it's still a fun car to drive.
It is, especially when you're all in them. We're creeping up now, just passing the start-finish apex onto lap 8, and the tyre wear is a bit more like, I'm looking at Stefko as well. He's really worn his tyres out. It's a bit more, not bad for the rest of the crew, but yeah, Stefko has really given his tyres a battering.
Yeah, Apex taking care of his tyres slightly better. But they're still on similar in terms of fuel.
Yep.
Meanwhile, how's the rear tyres going on with Dale's? They're not doing too bad either.
Dale used to always say he was crap at saving tyres and used to always bag himself about it. But I think if there's one thing this Ferrari has taught him, it's how to save tyres, because he's become a magician with it in that Ferrari this season. They're looking not too bad at the moment. A lot better than KZ's. And actually they're looking better than Adams as well. So I think he's on song with that Ferrari. He's been switched on with it all season.
Just need to be careful when the rear tires start to drop off, because at that point it's drifting central.
Well, I'm always up to watch a bit of that as well.
Yeah, mid-engine cars tend to do that, especially with the likes of the McLaren and the Lamborghini. Those are pretty tough on tires, I think.
Yes, well, you've been the Lamborghini king this year, so this season. I think you might have persuaded a few more people just from them watching you to actually give it a go in the future. So you've been pretty hot in that Lamborghini. It's a bit like watching Fine moves when he used to get around in the Mustang. Everyone had bagged the Mustang, but he could get it out there onto the podium. So you've been a lot that way in the Lambo.
The Mustang, interesting. Yeah, thanks, but I can confirm that I'm not going to take the Lambo next season.
And what are your plans for next season? Do you think you're going to stay privateer, or are you going to put your name in for the draft and be in a team next season?
I'll maybe put my name in for the draft. I want to experience what it's like to be in a team.
Oh, look, I've loved being in a team. I've been in a team the last 3 seasons of Wheel to Wheel, and it is great. You pick a great team, you all get along together and practice together. It is a great thing. I keep telling my other half this is my pub, and we all get in and practice together. But next season, unfortunately, I'm going to be going privateer to devote a bit more time to the visuals and helping us get it out there. So I'll be experiencing it on the other side for the first time.
Respect. The way I see it, the main benefit of joining a team is learning strategy, because I can confirm that's my weakest point doing this league so far.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I hope to learn more in the strategy side of things.
Yeah, definitely. And with the team too, depending on how the season set out goes, whether you're in one car or two cars for the team, sometimes a one car team between 6 guys, when you all get on it and all start practicing, you really get those strats nailed down. Oh, did I just see KZ sideways? I did. Back
Yep.
in fourth, he's gone sideways. Looks like Dale and Adam have got him. No, he's split him. He's in the sandwich.
Herbs, did you catch that?
Yep, we saw that from Adam's point of view.
Awesome. So poor Dale now. He's going to be well, he's only got one lap maybe until he comes back in. He's still on just under a quarter of fuel. So he's managed to do a fair bit of fuel save. KZ is down a hell of a lot.
And look at Casey's tires.
Yeah.
They're probably at 50% tire wear.
The only thing is Dale wouldn't know that. If I was Dale right now, I'd be thinking, right, I'm going to plant it and get really away from him in this next lap and give you the boost coming out of the pits in the lap after.
Yeah. At this point, just put a banger in lap.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I doubt he has a spotter, so he's just not going to know that.
Oh, and Apex pulled a 6.5 second lead on DJ.
Oh, that must have been an accident on DJ's behalf then. His last 3 laps have been, nothing stands out, but he must be tyre wear. He's slowly gone 18, 19 and 19, whereas Apex only just got into the 18s in the last lap.
So I think it is confirmed Apex and DJ are coming in this lap because they have 10% of fuel left.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Dale does too, looking at his tyres. KZ's on the flash as well, and Adam probably will as well. That bit of fuel they've got will save them a bit of pit time, but I think their tyre wear might dictate they come in. Depends how brave they are.
Also, Pure Axel's gonna come in as well. Also, Oily. So, as we see, Ando, Squid, and Captain already made their stops.
Yep, doing their 9, and they come out now on softs.
Full tank of fuel.
And now
so that's their medium run out of the way.
Yep, they'll be driving to a number now to try and get those 10 laps. Those Astons, I've heard, are really tricky to get your 10 laps out of. You've really got to make sure you change at the same point all the time, and you're going to waltz in after 10 laps with 0 fuel.
Yep, just keep the shifting points consistent, and you're golden.
Speaking of, Tombo, by the look of it, in 8th when he comes in, he's going to be sitting pretty much on 0 fuel because he hasn't got much there now.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yep, so, and he's probably doing low changes. Yeah, definitely, he's changing probably about a third of the counter. So,
as Apex comes in with 1% of fuel left, that's pretty much target 0. DJ coming in. Oh, look at Dale. Dale and Adam saved the most fuel.
Yep.
They're gonna gain some time in the pits.
Will it be enough though?
We'll see. Yep, and as you said, Tombo came into the pits at exactly 0%.
There you go. So it'll be interesting to see if Dale's gotten saved enough to get up near Stefco. I didn't quite see what their gap was before they come in, but even if he hasn't, I'm sure he's going to be hunting Stefco down pretty quick.
Yep.
Wow. Anyone
it
out?
Takes ages. Captain is coming up towards the bus stop chicane. So is Endo. Squid just coming up towards Blanchimont. There you
As
go.
Apex is pulling out now. There he is.
Let's see
He's
who comes
just
out
on there.
next.
And
So
it's
Dale has jumped
Yep.
DJ. So that fuel saving has helped Dale, and he's now sitting second.
Absolutely.
Tough job.
Like I said before, though, I'd be nervous if I was Dale about having that Ferrari at the pointy end. I'd really still like a car in front of me to help me get through.
And Adam sitting in fourth right now. So DJ is probably the loser of this first stop. As Oil is now right up Pure Axel, yes. Oh, and Pure Axel's on mediums while Oil is on softs. So Pure Axel just getting his medium stint out of the way for this point of the race.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Oil. Oil won't know what he's on, and he'll be thinking that he's got to race Pure Axel for position, whereas he could probably on a straight just cruise right past.
Well, I hope Oily paid attention to the leaderboard when the cars came out.
It's interesting to note that low side back in 9th is 20 seconds behind the lead. They're the first of the medium runners, and this is where it seems to have shaken out to at the moment. He seems to have caught up on Tombo a bit, so it'll be interesting to see after these 10 laps if the first medium runners manage to catch up any of that 20 seconds to Apex.
I think they will catch up because, well, I don't know what Apex and the rest are gonna do for the next stint. And hang on, Dale's dropped down to 5th.
Yeah, I just saw that myself. We've missed that one there by the look of it.
Might be a mistake on Dale's behalf.
I dare say we would have missed a replay on that, Herbs, would we? Don't know when it happened.
Nah, he's already in 5th on my replay.
Yep. No worries. Yeah, that's unfortunate. As long as he can catch up to the back of KZ, I'd hate to think that he's going to stay out there. He's nowhere near the slip at the moment, and I don't want to see him end up in no man's land.
Meanwhile, by the looks of it, Oily doesn't know what tire Pure Axel is running, because he had the potential to make a move at Legom, but stayed behind Pure Axel.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I figured. And Pure Axel will just make hay while the sun shines with that. He'll use it up as best he can and slow Oil down a bit without Oil actually knowing it.
Yep.
And they're actually not that far behind Dale now either.
No, they're not. The gap between Dale and Pure Axel, 5 seconds. 5.3 to be exact. Meanwhile, Tombo just trying to keep the gap in front of Captain Lowside. Don't want Captain to get into Tombo's slipstream.
I think he may have he almost made it. He was 8/10 behind him. I reckon by the time they come around that corner, he's going to have his slip by the bus stop at least.
And I think Captain's got the slip. He's inside the 3/4 of a second of Tombo. And Ando and Sue having their own battle.
There'd be worse cars to be stuck behind than a Aston with the Hyundai. The Aston's got the decent speed in the straights to sort of drag that Hyundai up the hill. It'll be interesting to see what Cap does here with Tombo, whether he takes him up Camel or whether he sits in behind him and just lets Tombo tow him along.
Well, we're about to find out because they're coming up towards Eau Rouge and Radion.
pretty much the same predicament behind with Ando and Zoo as well.
Oh, did I see Captain Lift?
He's right up there.
Oh, I don't think he's making a move.
No, he's just staying. Barely using any throttle at all going up there. He's only got like a third of register on that throttle, and it pulls him into a purple sector as well.
And Apex is sitting comfortably in the lead, 8 seconds in front of DJ.
Wow, he's just increasing that. And he's, pulled a second and a half out on Captain as well. Since last we spoke about it, he's up to 21.6 seconds.
Oh, and Pure Axel just copped a half a second penalty.
Well, that's going to give it to Oil.
Yep. Probably ran wide at the exit of No Name.
Oil should by rights losing here now. Without Pure in front to slow him down, he's going to soon realise that he's got a lot more speed on those softs and that Pure was on mediums.
Yep. And no need to worry because Pure Axel is way outside the split stream range. Well, there's not much happening, is there, Doji?
It is stretching out a bit. I was just looking here at the difference between Apex, Humper and Adam on the leaderboards, and it is only like 25 points. So Apex really does need to get out there and keep that lead. You don't want to run the risk of anything with Adam because Adam will appear from nowhere 2 laps to the end. So he just has to put his head down and not try and back off and go, oh, I got plenty of time, because you never know what Adam can pull it up.
Yeah, and also jumping with the Division 2 battle between Ando and Dale. Given that Dale's yet to do his medium stint, this is still not over.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. That one, I think Dale has had the lead for most of the race over Ando so far, even though Ando should be now on his softs and Dale's still got a medium stint to go. But, sorry, I've just been distracted. Adam has left KZ for dead. He's up there in third, right up behind Stefko now. So what I was saying about don't discount Adam, he's already starting to make that move.
With this position, how's it looking for the team's championship? Oh, and I think Squid is disconnected.
Yeah, look, it wasn't just me having internet issues tonight. There has been a few internet woes in the other lobby as well, I believe, so it's happening everywhere. As for the teams, I don't think anything is really going to change that. I think there's about 1,600 point difference between first and second place at the moment in the teams, and quite honestly your average round is only a difference, at most of about 500, so it's not going to make a God-given difference to the team leaderboard.
So as it stands, Damn Racing sitting comfortably at second place.
Yep, absolutely.
Let's see.
Well,
Oily spread out.
Yeah, Oily is he hasn't increased it by much. He's out to 1.8. He hasn't let Pure Axel get back, but it looks like Pure Axel might be falling into the clutches of Captain Lowside now, who managed to get in front of Tombo. So he obviously didn't like sitting behind Tombo for the entire lap. He just used him up in Camel and then... Oh! Let's see what happens there. That could be a bit squiggly, could cause...
Could maybe a penalty? The game says no.
No,
so
looks like he got
going.
away with it. Yep.
Oh, look at how much he gained on Pure Axel.
Yep,
It's just
absolutely.
insane.
And he purpled with it as well. Seems to be whoever gets the drag up that hill gets the purple.
Combined with the Mitsubishi Evo's weakness of straight line speed.
Yep. And look, knowing the way Cap drives, I don't think he's going to worry about whether Pure Axel's on softs or mediums. If he's got half a chance, he's seen the speed in which he's caught up with Pure Axel, I think he'll have that idea in the back of his head that Pure's on mediums, and he'll just try and take him when he can.
Yep, and just get it over with and catch up to Oily and the rest of the gang. Ando and Zuzu still bumper to bumper.
And really, they're not far behind either. This is all turning into one big train at the moment. Very close for the end, but still looking at it, Apex has still managed to push it further because Cap's now, 23.7 behind Apex. So the guy is an absolute machine.
There is no slowing Apex down. DJ, Stefko, and Adam still comfortable with each other. And I also want to point out Jaguar 1, 2, 3.
Ando's got a penalty coming out of the bus stop. He's just pulled over to burn it. So that's Zoo in front of Ando, and Cap is in prime position to use Pure Axel as much as possible. I would probably even say use and abuse him for getting
to
for
time
Camel.
this perfectly.
Yep.
Oh, almost side by side through a Russian Radion.
It's so hard to find. Oh, Pure Axel's gone wide.
Goes wide. I don't think that's enough for a penalty though.
No, but it will lose Captain his slip, so they're going to be side by side up here, and Cap's just going to have to lift off to let Pure through.
Yeah, don't want to fight too much, or you're just going to lose a lot of time. Caps is right on Pure Axel's bumper.
And Oily is saying thank you to Cap too, because he's managed to increase that 1.8. It was out to 2.2 a second ago. Now it seems to be dropping back again.
Checking in with Dale. Not much going on. The gap from Apex. The gap between Apex and DJ now 9 seconds.
Yeah, and Dale is almost up to KZ's slip. He's pretty close there now. I think you'll have that slip by the main straight. You use that extra bit of braking you get in the Ferrari versus the Lexus. Coming into the bus stop chicane, and he'll be right there on the straight.
On board with the captain. Are they gonna go side by side with Pure Axel through Blanchimont? No. Will Captain having the bus stop chicane? Not as well.
Pure seems to be a bit all over the shop. I don't know if it's the pressure from having Captain behind you or being on those mediums. His tyres seem alright. He hasn't got much wear on those mediums. Cap's given those softs a bit of a hiding, but he's only got 2 laps left to him because he did pit on lap 9.
Thing is just that Pure Axel can't do anything much. He's got the medium tires, and really there's nothing much he can do.
Okay, so we've got the slip here for Cap now. Let's see if he can capitalise on this. No, he's gone out early. He showed his intention. Tombo's going to try and use it too. I don't think Tombo got close enough to give Cap.
A bit of a contact.
He's redressed it. He lifted off.
No, that's Captain Low Side now in 7th place. Oh, Tombo showing the nose.
Yep, I would have thought Tombo in the slip of Cap would have had enough power in that Aston to give him a bit of a bump so they can both get past, but it never eventuated.
Nah, I think Pure just brake a tiny bit later. Alright, the Pure Axel now just has to do the best he can to stay within Captain's Splitstream.
And Dale, back up in 5th, has got into the slip of KZ now. He's only 3/10 behind him, so it's definitely going to be... whether he stays there or not, I'm not sure. It is a big gap then from KZ up to Adam, so I hope...
well, Dale doesn't have the slingshot effect. He lifted... Nah.
I thought I saw...
Adam up in
ghosting
second
there.
place.
Yeah,
Did he have a penalty?
I don't know. I thought I saw him ghosting. It could just be my old eyes.
Or maybe some sort of glitch. But anyway, that brings Adam to second place. And the gap to Apex, 10 seconds.
Oh, that's nothing for Adam though. Has Adam hasn't done his mediums yet, has he? No.
No, he hasn't.
Okay, well that might be a bit of a tough ask.
He's lifting a bit at the camera straight. So maybe trying to save a bit of fuel.
Yeah, look at his fuel compared to Apex's. These guys pitted on the same lap. He's definitely got the fuel save happening. He's probably got about 1/8 of a tank fuel save on Apex at the moment.
I guess all that time being in DJ Stefko's slip helped Adam with fuel saving. He may have messed with the fuel maps.
Oh, he's short shifting too, although... yeah, we'll see. He is playing the long game, that's for sure.
Yeah. They're not at the halfway mark, so pretty much 45 minutes of racing left to go.
Is that all? Geez, I could sit here for another while yet. These guys are knocking it out of the park tonight. It's very sad to see Wheel to Wheel go on, well, not on a break. We do have our off season for the next 4 weeks. But it's going to be a long 4 weeks waiting for it to start back up again, let me tell you.
Yep. But then on the bright side, during the off season we'll be racing with Super Formulas.
Yep, that absolutely. 4 big tracks ready to go. It's going to be interesting to see some of the boys out in Super Formula. Stefko's lucky. Yep. The Super Formulas are no easy beast to handle. They, you think, geez, these corner real well, but yeah, they're not the easiest to handle.
And don't forget to bind a button to turn on the overtake.
Yes, that's right.
Don't forget to bind it, people.
For those that can, yeah, you've got a few drivers out there that I don't think are going to be able to put a button in. We do have a few out there with disabilities and whatnot that are driving with manuals. Take Tombo, who is at the moment in 8th, one of the fastest drivers in the league, who actually changes gears with his feet. So he's got 2 buttons down there at his feet, and that's how he changes up and down. And he uses his stick on his DS4 to accelerate and brake. And the guys mixing it up there with folks on Fanatec's and Thrustmasters. So more power to you.
Top job. But he's been done by Pure Axel, now sitting at 8th place.
Well, he's caught up to Pure Axel actually, because Pure Axel was up behind Cap, and Tombo was further behind. Tombo was behind Captain, so be interesting to see if Tombo gets out past him, because Zoo has come up too. It's a great job by Zoo to catch up. He was a fair way back, and Ando has definitely dropped off the back. Not sure what's going on with Ando tonight.
Probably trying to make up a lot of ground after the penalty.
Yes, yeah. I haven't seen much of the practice this week. I don't know how Ando's been going on the track. Usually, you know, the mid part of the season, Ando was knocking it dead. He was having a great mid-season this season. But the last couple of races, I don't think the tracks have agreed with him as much, and he seems to have just dropped off the pace a little. But still, you can't say it's dropping off the pace when you're on the top step of the leaderboard, can you?
Nah, you cannot. Is Ando going to come in this lap?
Zoo's trying to get Tombo, and yep, back in 7th. Zoo takes Tombo at the final corner.
Tombo's going to have the run on Zoo.
Yeah, that Jag's a beast though. I would think the Jag has more power up there than the Aston, so Tombo really needs to get up behind him. If he's got a bit of the run now, he seems to be in the right spot. He's got it.
He has to
suck him right up. Yep.
And they're on par fuel, so they're racing. Tombo up the inside of Zoo. I think it's job done.
Yep, definitely. I'll take that spot back. Thank you. You know, Tombo is like any racer out there. He's a young fella, and he's just out to get the spot. He wants that spot no matter what, and he is going to take it. You know, he sits back and plays the long game, but like any young fella out there, sometimes you just got to get in front and go for it.
Yeah, there's that racing driver mentality too. Love to see it.
Yeah.
So I did see some people coming in. Pure Axel now in front of Captain. They're both on soft, so they're racing each other.
Wow, I wonder what's happened there. Is Cap had a... Yeah, Cap seems to have had an issue there. He's done a 3:10 lap. Is that right, or did he pit? He pitted.
He pitted.
Yep.
He pitted. I think I saw a glimpse of the leaderboard. I think Pure Axel just saved a bit more fuel than Captain.
There you go. Apex is in. He's only got 2% left in that thing.
DJ's got a penalty.
Oh, it's a big one too.
1.5 seconds.
Wow.
That's harsh. So Adam and Dale, out of the top 5, have saved the most fuel.
Now, the question here is Apex going to get rid of his medium stint, or is he going to save it to last?
Wow, it takes ages to get to the box, doesn't it?
Oil's taking the lead at the moment. He won't be far off himself. He's only... Oh, those tyres have got a bit of wear on them, Oil.
I have my eyes on Apex. He's still on softs.
Softs, there you go. So... And we're comparing him to Adam too. So Adam has come in. He had a bit more fuel left. He had 9%, not 2%. And here comes Adam now, and Adam's
doing his mediums.
Yep. So
he's going to be playing catch up.
Yeah, he will go flat Bicky for 9 laps, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Is DJ Stefko going to burn his penalty anytime soon?
Yeah, just wait till he gets into a safe spot, probably up Camel.
Yeah, the
and
Camel.
He'll pull to the side. Or
Dale
maybe
and
forget.
Casey. Anyway. So out of the 4 that came in, and DJ went off track.
Yeah, I think he just remembered he had to burn that penalty, so it sent him a bit haywire.
Yeah. So yeah, I was saying out of the 4 people between Adam, Dale, Casey, and DJ, only Adam's doing his the medium stint.
Yep, the rest are saving till last, and that's going to leave Adam to just absolutely... I wouldn't be surprised if Adam tries to push 10 on the mediums so he can really push the softs and get that gain. So wouldn't put it past him. Not saying that's what he'll do, but I wouldn't put it past him.
And the gap between Apex and Adam, 16.4 seconds. It's just gonna increase. But there's still the final stint to go. So it's not over yet.
So we've got Apex is 12 seconds behind Oil. If we go back to Captain, that means Apex is 31 seconds ahead of Captain. So it's that first medium stint. I don't think there's a chance of these guys catching up. Maybe it wasn't the best move to go on mediums first, but these guys seem to have ended up stuck together. All the ones who went on mediums at the start, they all seem to be in the same pack. So it's going to be a really tall order to try and catch up to the pointy end.
Yeah. And there's a bit of action between Ando and Tombo. Given the battle for the W2W Championship, will there be any team orders involved?
Oh, that depends. Can Tombo catch him? Tombo... Oh, look. No. I think if I was Tombo and I wanted team orders, I'd be letting Ando get past. My team orders would be to help my offsider because at the moment Dale's ahead of Ando and could actually clinch the lead in that leaderboard, and Tombo's 400 points behind Ando, so there's no chance of him getting there at all. As we see Tombo go purple. Oh, squeezing through side by side. And that's not going to help Ando at all either, because that'll just be slowing him down even more. So.
Oh, Zoo ran wide. Tombo looking up at the inside. He's still going to go side by side? No.
So, Oil's gone in, which has given the lead back to Apex. So he's got 17 seconds over Adam. It seems to be Adam being the only medium runner out there at the moment.
Yes, that's correct.
And you've had look at the result already has Dale and KZ right up Adam's bum. I've got to hope that Dale gets around Adam and realises Adam's on the mediums, because otherwise he'll be held up just the same as Ando is.
Yeah, we saw that happen before, right? I think it was... Who was it?
Oil and Pure Axel.
And Pure Axel, yeah. Well, Dale's going to have a good run on Adam.
I have no doubt Adam will show him an indicator. Usually these guys, they all get along pretty well. They all practice together quite often. So I wouldn't be surprised if he lets him know that he's on mediums and maybe gives him an indication to go.
Slight lift. Unless Dale's got a good enough of a run.
He's right there.
Adam covering the inside. Up.
No, there you go.
They just let him go.
Yeah, he had his indicator on. He was letting them know. So he doesn't want to hold these boys up.
Yeah, and Adam racing these boys, it's not going to help his case. So that's a wise decision. So that brings Dale up to second place with KZ following suit.
But it's slipped down to, we're now 19.5 seconds behind Apex. So that's a tall order for Dale to try and make up in the Ferrari at the pointy end of that pack. unless KZ was to come to the party and start a little bit of bump drafting up the straights, then and work as a team to make it all happen.
There could be an alliance in mid-race. Alliance of Damn, Private Team Corsa. And this means Adam's vulnerable to Stefco.
Yeah, well, we saw Stefco had that big penalty just before the 1.5 second penalty. So he's 2.3 behind Adam. But, you know, softs and mediums, it wouldn't be much to catch up. Maybe 2 laps and you'll be there. We did say they were getting about a 2 second difference.
Yeah, 2 seconds
Okay.
difference.
Might be quicker than we think.
Meanwhile, there's a battle for 6th place between Pure Axel and the captain. Pure Axel's doing a really good job with that Mitsubishi.
Yeah, Cap and Pure Axel have had some good battles all season. Those 2 cars seem to be magnets. They seem to be roughly the same power. So they seem to have tangled a fair bit this season, and you know, it's happening again now. These guys just seem to be in that groove.
Well, let's see if Cap makes a move on Pure Axel at Lake Com. Captain's in the slipstream.
He's not given it everything. He just backed off there. I think Captain's quite happy to stay behind. His fuel is a little better.
Yeah, so he's just letting Pure Axel do all the legwork. Meanwhile, the battle between Zoo and Tombo has died down a bit, and Ando's 3 seconds behind Tombo. So Ando not having the best of racing.
Yeah, and look, I feel for Ando as well. Ando put in a stint doing visuals on the second split before this one, so sometimes as well that can throw you a bit. You've got to jump straight out of that stream and straight onto track, and that can be tricky. But he's a big boy. I'm sure he can handle it. He's done well all season.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll bounce back at a later stage of the race. We still have a 1 stint to go.
Yeah, for most it'll be a 9-lap stint, I reckon. So the softs will still be running 10s, but there's a fair few mediums to go.
I'm really curious to see how the battle between Apex and Adam pans out. Apex, remember, yet to do his medium stint.
Yes, true. But Adam, I was hoping he'd get more help from the guys in front. He obviously hasn't been able to keep up with them on those mediums. He hasn't lost them completely, but I think by the end of Camel this time, he may be out of their slip, and then Stefco's just going to swallow him up. He's caught up to him. He's only a 1.5 seconds behind him now, so he's made a second on him.
Yeah. Dale and Casey probably working together. I saw Casey giving Dale the bump.
Yeah, very clever. It's the only way they're going to catch Apex, but in saying that too, he's now blown it out to over 20 seconds. You know, he's just, like we said, a machine with alien blood. So, best of both worlds. I'd hate to see how he drives that truck of his.
Yeah, and DJ is already 1 second. I reckon at the next lap, he'll be right up Adam's rear bumper at Lecom.
Yeah, he's going smooth. He's mainly in the 17s there. Adam's done an 18 and a 19 lap, so he's but Adam's last lap was the 17 too, so hopefully he's coming into those tyres. Sometimes the mediums take a couple of laps to come on. And there will come a time when you'll get a bit of an overlap of the medium being much better than the soft.
Yeah.
Although it doesn't last long.
It does. Checking in with the midfield. Pure Axel still in front of the captain.
Yeah, they're definitely having a ding-dong battle, those guys. Cap's right up there again. He's only 0.4 behind him as they come through the bus stop chicane. So we saw Cap lift last time going up the Camel Straight, so it'll be interesting to see if he just bides his time and lifts going through there again and just uses Pure Axel up as much as possible.
Well, let's see. The Pure Axel and Captain going through Erosion Radion just about now. They keep it flat.
Wow.
Yep, they still keep it flat.
That is so hard to follow a car through there the way Captain just did. That's just so impressive that neither one of them skipped a beat going through there.
Yeah, that's just top stuff.
But no, he did. He just stayed there right under that bumper. He's taken a bit of that bollard, which slowed him down a little bit just then.
Yeah, and Captain didn't have the slingshot effect because he was too close behind Pure Axel. Still playing the long game here.
So we've just missed Stefko getting Adam. Adam's now half a second behind Stefko. Hopefully he can keep in that slip and don't let him go. Those tyres will start to come on for him shortly and he should be able to stay right up there.
I'm sure he can keep up with Stefko. He's still within split-stream range.
Yep, but it is getting a big... the gap is increasing.
Oh, the split-stream effect's turning on now. Bit of a lift through Bonchemont. But yeah, I don't blame him for that. Apex has been comfortable all race, hasn't he?
Yeah, I look at Apex's times and you just see 17, 17, 16, 16, 17, 17, 16. It's just vanilla. Come on, Apex.
You reckon he can get a race time below 90 minutes?
I'm not sure what the actual race times have been. Have we had any sub-90s in practice?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one. We'll post it out there to the guys on YouTube. What do we reckon Apex is going to come up with for a win? Come on, fellas. Put your money down. That doesn't mean you, Chris. I heard you tap that keyboard. Stop going to the wheel-to-wheel betting.
That's just me turning on the stream.
So Apex has got a nice, comfortable 21, almost 22 second lead with Dale. But you got to remember too, in the grand scheme of things, Dale and Apex aren't racing each other here. Apex is racing Adam, Dale is racing Ando. So in saying that, I think Dale has a very comfortable lead on Ando. And he's looking very good for that top spot at the moment. Apex, yeah, he does have a lead on Adam, but I am never going to discount Adam. I've seen Adam do too much weird shit in these cars and pull off things you wouldn't imagine, so I wouldn't discount him just yet.
Yeah.
Flossie's put down a 91.30, so he doesn't think he's going to break the 90 minutes.
Yeah, having raced Adam, he's just that one person who just do the unexpected. He'll make you go like, whoa, what the heck?
Yep, and where the hell did you come from? I looked there like half a lap ago and you were miles behind and now you're right on the bumper.
probably one word: hacky.
Yes, well, he does really well at the late braking, so you never know.
Yeah. I mean, we did see hacking in qualifying. I won't forget Flossie and Captain posting this the exact same time. I won't forget that.
Yep, you don't really see that either. That's the first time I've seen it in since I've been doing wheel to wheel, which isn't that long, but it's something that I don't think you'll see often.
Yep, coming back to the race, Dale's pulled a 1 second lead on Casey, so that's Casey outside slipstream range. Yeah, and Casey's front tires, they're slightly worse than Dale's. Looking at rear tires, yeah, Dale's been managing his tires really good.
And his fuel, he's got a little better fuel than KZ as well there. And he's got a lot better fuel than Apex, but that's actually interesting. Apex, when he comes in, will be going on to his mediums. So he's got another lap and a half before he comes in for his mediums, Apex does.
Well, he's still stretching that lead, 22.2 seconds now. Currently, it is a damn racing 1-2, so that's a good result for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Those guys, look, they had a great team on paper at the start of the season, and I rated them for finishing up the pointy end, so I'm glad they got that. They deserve it. They've got one of my old team members from 13R in there, Zedi. He was sad to see Zedi go last season, but he definitely went to a great team, so those guys have tried hard.
I just saw Apex clipping the inside wall at La Source.
I don't think it's affected him too much. He's got 22, still got 22 seconds of them. Although it might be starting to show a little bit of break in the concentration. It is getting late. He's been there all on his little lonesome all along. So he's just got to give himself an uppercut and wake himself up and get on with it.
Yeah. I mean, he's been having a lovely race. What would you do if you have a lonely race like this? Would you like to play music in the background?
Oh, look, honestly, I can't. I'm one of those people that I need to concentrate. If I get any distraction, I'm up in the forest. It's and it happens quite often. You'll be in the middle of the race and one of the kids will come and tap you on the shoulder or something like that, and all of a sudden that's it, it's all over. So no, I don't play music, or I don't even rarely go into chat. I just got to concentrate on the race. And Flossie just wanted to let you know too, Chris, that if he was hacking, he would have done at least a 13.
If I come up with the codes for hacking, I'll send it his way.
What about you? How do you get through the long ones, Chris?
The long ones, well, just turn those laps in, focus as hard as I can, and yeah, same as yourself, minimize distraction as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the biggest thing, and I think Apex is doing a bang-up job. He must have blinkers on or something, because you know he's still doing those 217, 217, 217.
Amazing, absolutely amazing.
He'd be pretty much, I dare say, if you were to do a graph of his times, it'd be almost flatlined. In saying that, look at that one that just popped up. 219. First one. Yeah, that must have been that grazing of the wall.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he clipped the wall at La Source.
Yep.
But yeah, that's his first 219 of the race, right?
Yep.
Which is amazing. Oh, and Adam's in his last stop.
And he he pushed those mediums, 1 lap extra, like I said. He went to 10. Is that right? Yeah, so he's only got to do 9 laps on the softs. He'll fill it up and absolutely flog it.
Still can't get over how long it takes to get to the pit box. And he's finally arrived. Maybe got enough time to post something on Instagram.
Dale's pulled out up in second there. He's still 21 behind Apex, but he's managed to get almost 2 seconds in front of KZ. Tyres aren't looking that bad, but I think he might be in this one anyway. He's got a bit of fuel save, so he'll save a second or two there if he's lucky.
I mean, look at KZ's front tires, and given that it's a front engine, rear wheel drivetrain, it's just gonna keep understeering.
Yeah, and look, I drove Lexus last season, and it is a big understeering boat. You know, sometimes when those tyres start to wear, it was like driving a coffin along the streets. It was just, you'd turn in half an hour for the corner and still wouldn't know where the apex is.
I mean, the Lexus RCF road cars are already heavy.
Yeah. But in saying that, it was a great car. It won us the season. It did a great job, so it does have its perks as well.
Yeah, it's a good all-rounder car.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be worse. What if Bugatti has a Group 3 car? I can't imagine how that will handle. Apex is in for his last stop, mediums.
Yep. And Oiley's up in 5th. I think he's got a comfy spot there in 5th, which is a good race for Oil. He was way back in 7th and 8th before, so... And speaking of 8th, I just noticed who was in 8th. He's dropped a long way back on those mediums. Adam. Oh, but he did go in the pits, didn't he? Sorry.
Yeah, he did go in the pits.
He just pitted, yeah.
So, this is it. It's basically flat out for Adam.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see where he comes out now with these guys as they're all going into the pits.
Has Apex come out? No, he's still in the pits.
It's going to be the big test now to see where Dale and Apex come out together as it all comes out in the wash.
Who's next to come out? I think Dale's the next one.
Well, Dale had the best fuel save with these 7% there.
Yeah, DJ and Tombo, they're target 0. Just let the leaderboard settle in.
Yeah, well, looks like...
Look at that, the gap between... Let's do some maths.
20 seconds there to Dale.
So maybe Dale is around, what, 23, 25 seconds?
From Apex?
Yeah?
Yeah, he's 21.
Now that I think of it, I'm not sure if it's enough.
No. No, I don't think... even with a second and a half over the next 9 laps, it's, yeah, a big ask. And especially with Adam too, you know, he's, what have we got? 6, he's about 24 seconds behind.
Yeah, and he's got KZ and Dale to get past.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a tough ask.
DJ is doing his medium stint.
So now,
Pure Axel's gonna go all the way. Yep, you're saying?
Yeah, I was just going to say, who have we got on mediums here? Oil should be coming in this lap. He'll be going on to mediums, I think, won't he? We'll soon find out.
Yep. Can't remember if he's done his medium stint early in the race.
Yep, so we've got Apex on mediums. We go down to Dale on mediums there in 3rd.
KC.
Yep.
DJ is on mediums. Pure Axel on soft. Captain as well. Tombo's on mediums.
And the other 2 should be softs because they did their mediums at the start. So yeah, it's back to a good mix of medium and soft. Hard to
Oh,
keep
and
an
look
eye
at
on.
this. As the leaderboards settle in, please, Gabe. Adam's already right up Casey's rear bumper.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think he's going to hold back.
Nah, just need to time it well to get that slingshot effect at the camel straight. Oh, I think he's a bit too close for that slingshot effect.
I think Adam's going to want to make it around KZ and either... Oh, I don't think he's got enough legs to get there. KZ's got the inside line. No, he just ducks in behind him.
Now, will Dale fend off Adam? Play the team game?
Look, I would expect these guys to really help each other out, but I'm not sure if Adam's going to be the give you a bump and a hand guy. I think it might be more a case of, mate, I'm going to get in front and you just try and stick
Try
with
to keep
me.
up. We'll see. I reckon Adams is gonna go for it by the time they arrive at Blanchimont.
So Adam first through the chicane, you reckon?
Yep.
They're all looking nice and smooth there at the moment.
Get a good exit off campus. Because this is not helping Adam at all.
It's not. He's already...
Oh, they're
yep.
gonna go side by side.
Yep, there's the intention shown. If he's gone out, it means he wants
Oh,
it.
there it is. Yep. Now, will Adam also go for the fastest lap? Try to get some bonus points in.
Yeah, what have we got left? We'll have 7 laps at the end of this lap. Even if you can punch that out to 2 seconds, you still not catch an apex. You're
Yeah, it's a bit
still
too far.
5 seconds behind. So, like I said, I'd never write Adam off, but that's a tall order. You'd want to be
Really?
hoping that Apex is going to lose his concentration somewhere.
Yeah, lose concentration or get a silly penalty or whatever.
So as we file back through, we've gone, you've got KZ sitting back there behind Dale. Then you've got a 5-second gap back to DJ Stefko. Stefko was really up, in the first stint keeping up behind Apex for a while. I'm surprised he dropped back so far. I thought he would have kept up a bit, but he did cop some really big penalties in there, the 1.5 second penalty.
1.5 second.
So all
Costing
that
him a lot.
Yeah, that hurts. And then drop back to the guy you've been watching all night, Pure Axel, who's another 8 seconds behind you.
Still amazed how Pure Axel dragged that Mitsubishi Evo.
Yeah, he does skull drag that thing around, and like I said at the start of the night, he can put that thing in places that most people wouldn't want to try and to go, and he can make it stick most of the time. And in the background there, I just saw Captain making a move on oil. What are they doing? Mucking around.
Probably. Saw Captain weaving around for no reason.
Yeah, so from Pure Axel back to Cap is 1.8, and Oil's just jumped in the slipper cap there, just saying thank you very much, I'll follow you. And he's only 0.4 behind him.
Tombo's leading Endo and Zoo.
Yeah, and that's just so strange for those boys to be back there.
Yeah. Not a good race tonight for Check and Bake, but they've already locked in the team's championship.
Yeah, that's right. And look, while we say that, this is top split. And when we talk about top split in wheel to wheel, you could throw a hanky over the guys' times on lap times in a normal race. So to be coming 8th or 9th or 10th in top split really is nothing. So
and Endo went wide.
Yeah, it's a little brain fart like that can be the difference between 4 spots in top split sometimes. So I wouldn't say these guys have had that much of an issue tonight, and Ando's wide again. So, but yeah, Ando's head may not be quite in the right zone at the moment. It's given Tombo the getaway right there. He's now jumped out with a 1.7 second lead on those guys. So, Zoo meanwhile is still jumping in with Ando.
Is the gap between Apex and Adam increasing a bit? It's 23 seconds.
It certainly looks that way.
Wow.
Yeah, look, Apex is on his mediums, and surprising, he's still doing 17s. He's lost nothing. So
how many laps do we have left? Coming out at the end of lap 35, we'll be having 5 laps to go.
Yep.
I'm just gonna pay attention to Apex and the overall race timer. See if we can do some maths and try to predict Apex's race time.
You just want to show Flossie up, don't you?
No, I just wanna see how well Apex can do.
Okay. I think, look, Apex could almost pull out the vodka and the gin and maybe even an olive there on his dashboard and start shaking it up and get ready to crack that martini. He's just that far ahead. He could probably make 2 and have them down by the time he gets to the end and still be 5 seconds in front. He has had such a bang-up race, such a lonely race, and just done it with ease.
Complete domination. So we have 5 laps to go. So that's roughly 11.5 minutes left for Apex if he keeps this pace up. So he's on track for 1 hour 32?
32.
Yep, 1 hour 32.
We've got KZ catching up with with Dale here. Yep, up in 4th. So these guys have been together all night. I don't think I've seen much of a gap between them at all.
Nah, they've been together throughout the race.
Yeah, the 2 alpha lovers too. Dale really wanted to do alpha last season and this season and didn't get to do it either seasons. And KZ did an alpha as a privateer last season, and now he's done his Lexus up to look like an alpha for this season. So
big fan of alphas.
Yeah, those two just love their alphas.
If only the Julia is in this game.
Well, we've got the big update coming in March next year. You never know what's going to turn up.
It's not just an update, it's a whole new game. Are you excited for it?
Oh, look, I have high hopes for it. I really do have high hopes for it. I have been very excited for it. I'm just not sold it's going to be everything I'm hyping it in my mind to be.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to refocus on single player, which I really don't mind. But in terms of multiplayer, I really hope there are many improvements, especially with all the bugs and glitches we've seen in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been bugging out all season. It's been a terrible glitch in the system with with Gran Turismo Sport this season. So it'll be interesting to see if that all gets fixed. Still, we're going to be dealing with cross-platform when it comes to multiplayer. I think maybe, my hope is that you're going to have some people that will make it a tuners multiplayer. They'll be able to take cars, street cars, do them up in single player, tune them to whatever they can, and be able to go out and verse other people with their tuned street car. So I'm hoping they'll put that level in the multiplayer as well.
Yeah. And I did pay attention to some of the screenshots. In the tuning shop, it says racing. So maybe there's a chance to convert road cars to maybe Group 3? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, for some, like, I think I'd prefer to stay as having the built Group 3 car. I like the balance of power racing we do.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of enthusiasts out there that would like to be able to do the tuned version of their street cars up against other guys around the world and see who can tune it better. So, I hope it allows it for them. Me personally, I'm more a fan of the balance of power.
Soft stint's not working well for Adam. He's yet to do a 216 this stint.
Yeah, he did say earlier tonight that he's just not feeling this track. He doesn't think his time is there. And he did pretty much say, I think Apex might have it. And Adam and Apex, they are in practice lobbies all week, so they know what each other are doing.
Yeah.
So it seems to be that Adam was right. Even for the medium guys behind him, Dale and KZ, they're not that far behind him for being on a soft versus medium.
Yeah, so Adam not having the best of stints.
You've still got Stefko out there back in fifth. He's running his lonely last bit of the race. And you've still got behind him Pure Axel and Captain Lowside. They're within a second of each other. They've stayed together for the entire race as well. So it's been interesting to see how these battles have fared. Back and forward, back and forward.
And we have Oily in 8th place, having a lonely race right now. He's 3.5 seconds behind Captain, but has a comfortable lead over Tombo, so he's just gonna bring it home.
Yeah, look, if there was going to be a lonely racer out there, nothing against Oil, I think it's that Viper. It seems to be, which of these cars is not like the other. It's almost the odd man out there. When you look at the style of all the other cars, the Viper, I think, is in a world of its own.
Yeah, one thing I realized that not a lot of people in this league looked at the American cars. Only a handful of them.
The Corvettes were a big car last season. A fair few jumped in the Corvettes last season, and look, judging by the calendar for next season, I wouldn't be surprised if a few more people use them next season. The Mustangs, not so much. The Mustangs are too thirsty.
Yeah, looking at next season's calendar, power is the theme again. Do you have any suggestions outside of the Corvette?
Have I tried what's that, Herbs? The Mustang?
Oh, the Mustang, yeah.
I tried the Mustang in pre-season. I gave it a few rounds in tryouts, and I was a great fan of how it handled. I didn't mind it, but it was just really thirsty. You had to fuel save like nothing else, and I didn't like the fuel save that much in it.
No, it's a rule that you have to drive the Mustang for one season. It's in there. It's one of the rules.
In there? Yeah. Well, luckily I've got more than one season left in me, so it doesn't have to be next season. But you never know. I might try it. So as a privateer, it might be the only thing left to me.
But what are the other powerhouses out there outside of the Corvette? I think the 4 GT's in a shout.
Yeah, that can be a bit of a pig to handle too. Look, the OP car for this season has obviously been the Jag. Its red hot start is blistering. That start gives you an advantage like nothing else, that Jag.
Yeah, not a lot can compete. Apart from the Ferrari, as Dale demonstrated at the start of the race.
I don't know I don't want to give Dale's secrets away or his hacking tips, but if you've ever seen the way Dale starts that Ferrari, I'd sooner try and start a Learjet and take off with it, rather than try and start the Ferrari like Dale
A
started.
legit.
He's got to hold his foot at the certain angle, change gear at exactly the right time, hang his tongue out to the left of his mouth, and it works. But it's a lot of work.
That's a lot of procedure.
And he's done it all season. He's pulled it off. It's been a great season for Dale.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of which, still got KZ right up there. KZ's only 4 tenths behind him.
He's in split-stream range.
Yep. They're pretty much identical. Maybe just KZ's a little less on fuel and tyres than Dale.
Yep, they're also a bit fairly identical in terms of lap times.
But what's that mean? We're up to, what, the penultimate lap? Last lap starting in the
last
second?
lap, yep. Apex already starting next final lap.
Yep.
I might stand corrected. I think Apex is on pace for a 1 hour 31.
31. As long as he doesn't get 31 and a half, because I'm not paying Flossie. Oh, no. Oh.
Yeah, I'm afraid to say he's on pace for 1 hour 31. It's been a great drive for Apex. Complete domination. I've never seen anything like this.
No, not at all. Actually, one of the powerhouses that may have been missing this season, I haven't seen many of them, they are out there, is the Merc as well. There's one or two of them out there, but I remember 2 seasons ago, I think it was, maybe, there were a lot of Mercs in the field for wheel-to-wheel, but there hasn't been many this one or last one.
AMG GT3, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've only seen one.
Well, yeah, it's rather convincing, and Apex has still extended that lead. He's 24 seconds lead now.
Here we are in the 1 hour 31, and he's starting sector 3, which should take him around 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Did you say you have a bet with Flossie for 131 and a half?
Yeah, Flossie did back 131 and a half.
Well, it's 1 hour 31 and a half right now.
Oh, thank God. You're not getting any money out of me, Flossie.
As Apex rounds up the final corner, complete domination from Apex. What a drive, get in there.
Yeah, well done. I don't know what fuel he's got in there, but he definitely wouldn't be able
1 hour
to do
31.47. That's just amazing.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And Adam, props to him. He was a bit too far behind. We knew it from a while back, but it was still a great drive from these guys. There's just no answer for what Apex did, unfortunately.
Yeah. And here comes Dale rounding up the podium with KZ close behind.
Yeah, I wish I had my mathematician here, but I don't. I think that might give Dale the lead in Div 2, but I'm not game to positively mention it just yet.
And here's my man, Pure Axel. Great job with that Evo. Absolutely amazing.
Yep.
Here's Zoo coming in at 9th place. Tombo finishing top 10, and Ando, unfortunate 11th.
Yeah, and that's almost a minute off, so that's probably close to 40 seconds off Dale's time. That could, because of the way wheel-to-wheel is structured, that could drop him back, and that could definitely give Dale maybe a second spot in that leaderboard. But just bear with me. I'm going to go and see if I can get onto these two guys and invite them into the chat to see how they've done.
Yep,
If I
and
can
since
find
you've
them.
mentioned maths, meanwhile, I'll just do some maths for the Div 2 leaderboards. So the difference between Ando and Dale is 43 points. Not a lot of margin. So
No.
I think Dale's got this locked in.
I just don't quite know. Why can't I add someone to this party? There we go. Don't quite know what the wheel-to-wheel points are for the placing, so I'm not game to claim it just yet.
But I think it's safe to say Apex has clinched the Division 1 title, maybe? Can you say that?
Yeah, definitely. I'd go
Yeah.
with that. That's Apex's, so okay, I'll have these guys in shortly, hopefully, if I can find them. I can't. Oh, Dale's in a different chat, so I can't get him in. Let's see, how are we going with Ando? Is he around? There we go. Let's add these guys and see if they come in to have a chat. Okay, so where'd we end up here? If we go to the race results, we've ended up with Apex Humper. There you go. He's got his 131.46. All the way back to Ando in 11th. We did lose Squidly, unfortunately. He's had a bit of a disconnect in the race. But we've got a 1 minute, 1 second gap between first and second. And look, you wouldn't, the way these guys raced, that was just alien of Apex.
Alien,
Yeah,
completely in
absolutely.
league.
What was your time last week, Chris? You raced in the E League last week. What did you do?
I
Do you
cop
remember?
I copped a half a second penalty. I think I did a 1 hour 32 flat.
32 flat.
32 flat, but that was because I had a brain fart with the strategy.
So that'd still put you above Adam's time right there. So you would have been in second for tonight with the 32 flat. But yeah, looking at this, it's a hell of a night to be had, I think. Apex definitely deserves the number one spot. But you know,
Fully deserved.
we've got a funny situation here by the look of it, where the winner of quite possibly Div 1 and Div 2 are one team, but the winners of the actual season as a team is someone completely different. And one of those guys just joined, Ando. Mate, how did you go? That was a race and a half to try and get that done.
Yeah, hey guys. No, that was good fun. I've had a few bevies of Savo, put it that way.
There you go.
Celebratory, yeah. So there's nothing wrong with drink driving on a game, is there?
Well, not if you're trying to win.
Well, not if you've already won
Yes,
as
true.
well.
And congratulations on that. That puts shake and bake. You were uncatchable. You guys on top. But I've got to put the question in there. Do you think that lets Dale pip you for the top step of Div 2?
Oh, I think so. I think it was between he and I, whoever beat the other tonight
Yep.
was going to take it. So I haven't run the numbers because I'm really crap at spreadsheets and stuff. So I think he's probably done it. I mean, what a stellar performance! Did he come third?
Yes, he did. He came third.
Yeah.
He did
Yep,
a
I mean,
came in third.
132.15, and you did a
yeah.
132.48.
So my hat's off to him. Absolutely stellar effort. And Apex too. First and third for Dam Racing. Geez, they really put up a fight. I hope mathematically it's not possible, but congrats to Apex, congrats to Dale. Div 1 and Div 2 champs, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. We were hoping Apex would jump in. Thanks for joining us, Ando. We'd better wrap this up. Apex is probably not going to make it.
Let's see if I can add him one more time
Yep,
before we
see how you
go.
go. Well, what we might do while we're waiting, if you can, Herbs, is a good chance to thank our sponsors for this season. We've had some great sponsors helping get us through this season in races up there in Queensland. Races own and manage Queensland Raceways at QR Ipswich and at Lakeside. And those guys have been helping us out to get the streaming underway. We've also got Pagnian Imports and Next Level Racing, who are some big heavy hitters in the country when it comes to sim racing. So thanks to those guys for all your help. And also we have Future Streetwear from Melbourne, who is one of our racers in here, who has an awesome range of kit you can go buy online. Great quality clothing. So definitely try and check it out. Now, how'd you go, Chris? Did we get Apex in or?
Nah, he's also just left the lobby. But
No
yep,
worries.
I'm just gonna extend my congratulations to Apex, just in a completely different level tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I'd like to thank yourself, Chris, for turning up. Apex has probably gone to bed. He is a Kiwi after all. It's pretty late over there.
Yeah, it's pretty late. And
And
thank you for having me as well, Dodgy.
not a problem, Herb's monumental effort, buddy. I know you weren't feeling the best. So thanks for jumping in and doing visuals for us tonight on the top split. And I hope we're going to see you back for more visuals next season. How are you doing?
Yep, sure will. Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.
Awesome. No
Yep.
worries.
And I would also like to extend my thank you to all the ladies and gentlemen who've tuned in tonight and everyone in the league to make this season such a banger.
Absolutely. It has been great. We better sign off. Smash like if you're watching this on YouTube. And on that note, I will say good night and hope to see you all next season in about 4 weeks. Cheerio.
See you next season.